Hello, good morning. Hope you're having a chaotic morning. Alright, hello, welcome to the very first episode of Good Morning, Chaotic Morning. This is a podcast, visual podcast as you can see. Basically about a little bit of everything, true crime, true life. And there's going to be some things where it gets serious, but we're keeping it lighthearted, 24/7, and funny. So sit back, relax, grab you a cup of coffee, and enjoy. I am Lynx. I will be the host. I will be the one you see every day. You may not see this busted face every day, but you'll see my face every day, and I think you'll like it. So, I enjoy coffee, as you can see. I like mine with 3.5 spoonfuls of sugar, Italian sweet cream, and some kind of creamer of my choice, with a little bit of brown sugar in there. Then, I also like hot tea. I like chai tea specifically. I like that with a spoonful and a half of sugar, sweetened condensed milk, and some honey and lemon. I am 21 years old. I will be 22 in just a couple months. I think that's it about myself. Everything you'll get to know, I think. I'm pretty much an open book. So, let's get into the first episode. I want to talk about true crime. I follow a lot of true crime TikToks, and a lot of them are a lot, because it goes into it. There's one specific case that I haven't seen yet, and I want to see more about it, because it's not one of those like normal true crime stories. It's more of a, I don't know how we would explain this one. Let's see. So this starts with a couple in their bedroom getting ready for the night, and all of a sudden you just see the door swing open, and this man comes in and just starts like going to town with on them, like slasher type thing, and that's all we see. It's caught on CCTV camera, and that's all we see. And I've looked into it. I've looked at Twitter, I've looked at Instagram, I've looked at Facebook, I've looked everywhere, and I cannot find anything about this. And it's kind of bugging me, because I would love to know, one, the backstory behind it, the motive behind it, and if they made it out okay, because that's really important to me, I feel like. But that's one case that has really stuck out to me so far, and I still think about that to this day, and I seen it like 6 months ago. So, there was another case where this mother but she basically was emotionally incestuous with her sons, because in her world, she felt like, if I can't have you, nobody's gonna have you, because you're mine. Which, let me talk about that for a second. Emotional incest incest on its own is just, but emotional incest is like, ew. Like, I grew up with a couple people that experienced that, and it's just like, how can you do that to your kid? Like, but I believe that it is part of my, I'm not even gonna try to say it. I'm just gonna act like I never said that, because I'm not even gonna try to say it, because I almost just butchered it. But it's basically just where they're like, if I can't have you, then nobody's gonna have you. Like, they basically use their, like, love as their mother. Like, oh, I'm your mother, and you're gonna love me, and this, and this. And it's just like, chill out. Like, that's a little weird. Like, I can understand the mother aspect of it, where it's like, I'm your mother, I've got to care for you, I've got to love you. But on the other hand, it's like, why? Back off a little bit. And that's just one thing that I've been seeing on TikTok, specifically true crime, is emotional incest. Like, I've seen one case where it went as far as this kid, like, killed his family. I don't know. There's a lot that I look at on true crime, and it interests me, because for me, I like to see with the killer what's going on through their mind and what led them to the point of committing the act. And I like to see what psychological imbalances they have. I don't like saying psychological issues, because it's not an issue, it's just an imbalance. And I feel like if we say, like, if they have an issue, that's just, like, enabling them, because you're just basically saying, hey, you do have an issue and you're crazy, so, And that just makes them feel like, oh, well, yeah, I was justified in what I did. So they're not going to see the error of their ways. So I feel like if we all were just, like, approached it as, like, you have a mental illness, let's treat this as such, then there would be a lot less, like, reoffenders going out into the world, because it essentially just boils down to mental illness. That's all it essentially boils down to, is because it's an imbalance in their brain that's telling them, hey, you're not good enough, so you got to do this, or hey, they are going to do this to you, so you got to do this to them before they can get to you. It just plays into psychological and neurological imbalances, because it has to do with the brain. And if someone is a murderer, then they're going to have an imbalance in their brain that doesn't allow them to feel for other people, because they're killing other people. So it's just kind of like, instead of looking at it as like a, oh, you're crazy type thing, why don't we look at it as more of like, a, okay, we've got to look at your brain in order to see how you tick, why you do this, instead of just jumping the gun and be like, oh, you're crazy. That's just my hot take on that, because psychology is really interesting, because it's how we all work, it's how we all tick, it's how we all, live our day-to-day life. And I think it's really important to understand that, so we can understand everyone else, and there's a lot more peace and love and understanding in the world, because we don't have enough of that. We don't have enough of love for other people, because you have people that are judging everyone else for being this or being that, or doing this or doing that. And it's just like, instead of spending so much time worrying about what everyone else is doing, why don't we spend more time about worrying how other people think, how other people feel, how other people live, instead of just being, oh, well, you're this or you're that. So we can understand each other and have a mutual agreement and be like, yeah, we're all different, but it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's just more of an understanding, rather than, oh, well, you're gay, so I'm gonna go out and be gay to understand you. No, that's not it. It's more of a, let me get into your head and understand what your head and your mind is like, for me to understand you fully. That's what I mean when I say that, because I like when I get to know people, I like to get to know their brain. I like to get to know how they work. Like my best friend, I know how their brain works. I know how they think. I know how their thought process works, because I like to get to know everything about the person that I'm getting to know. So I think if we just went on the aspect of, let me get to know your psychology rather than let me get to know you. Because you can tell you everything you like, but you can't tell everything that is in your psycho or psych. Not psycho. No. In your psych. So, now, on to something fun and funny. I have noticed so many bruises around my body. Where they come from, I have no idea. None. I just look at my legs, I'm like, okay, there's a random bruise. I can't be that clumsy. I don't fall that much. No. And it's funny, because when I do fall, because I fall very constantly, I don't get bruises. But I don't do anything and I get bruised. Like the other day, I was going down the steps and I missed a step. I don't know if I missed a step or not. I'm just going to say that I missed a step. And next thing I know, I'm just sliding down the steps with my feet. Just down the steps. And I fell and I hit my knee. Didn't get a bruise. No. Even though I almost lost my life, I was fighting for it. I saw Jesus that day. I did. That was horrifying. Very horrifying. Who just expects to walk down the steps and just fall? Nobody. I mean, I could just be the only one that just falls down the steps just walking down them. Or, how about the other day, I was walking into my bathroom, and the next thing I know, I slip and fall on some water because I had just washed my hands, and I forgot that water dripped on the floor. I almost fell. I fight for my life every day because I'm so clumsy. Every day. Even doing my normal errands. I was walking the other day out of the nail salon, and I ran at the door. Someone had just walked out of the door. But you know, you live and you learn. What can you do about it? Yeah, actually, there's a lot you can do about it. You can actually be more attentive to your surroundings. But, oh, so with the holidays coming up, let's talk about the holidays. Oh yeah, because that's something I want to talk about. The holidays. Since it's November, Thanksgiving. I have been looking forward to Thanksgiving only because I get to make a charcuterie board this year, and I am so excited. I don't know if it's just me or if everyone else gets as excited as I do about having a charcuterie board, but just putting it together and making it is just so exhilarating and so fun to me, because it's like, oh, to be honest, between you and me, it makes me feel like I have my life together. It honestly makes me feel like I have my life together, not gonna lie. But not only that, I'm also gonna cook, like, normal dishes. What? I don't know yet. That's something that me and my family need to discuss. But I'm so excited because Thanksgiving is here, and, like, I'm mentally unstable now. So, I get to enjoy it. So, I'm just like, there's gonna be food everywhere. I am so excited for Thanksgiving. Now for Christmas, oh, I'm so excited for Christmas because I get to Black Friday shop for myself this year. Thank you. I will take it. I will 100% take it because I have so many things that I have in my cart and like in my shopping carts right now that like equal up to about like $2,000 because that's just, I have a shopping addiction. And like once Black Friday happens, swipe, 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 swipe. I'm buying everything. Like everything. I don't care if I need it. I'm getting it. I don't care if I don't need it. I'm getting it. Because I have a shopping addiction. And Black Friday, who can't not get a deal? You know what I mean? But on the real though, I do have to get my sister a MacBook. Because I have my old MacBook, because I have my current MacBook. I bought a new MacBook, and it works perfect. I love it. Ignore my pen. It works perfect. I love it. Because my other one, I don't know what. I may have done this. I may have not done this. But my software quit working. And nothing would load. Like, my internet would take forever to load, you know. And I understand it's like a 2011 MacBook. But I kept it up to date. I kept every update up to date, you know. I kept everything up. I kept it neat and good. So then I noticed that I had 2 different softwares on there. I don't know how technology works. I just know how to use it. That's it. So I look and it says Macintosh and one other thing. I don't know these things. So then I get this MacBook and I go to a factory reset my other one so I can give it to my sister so she can have a new computer. And she goes to log on and it's not doing anything. It won't go anywhere. It's just a white screen with a X, not an X, but like a cancel in the middle. So neither one of us know how to work it. Neither one of us know how to get by it. So I finally get by it after what seems like forever. And it won't, and it has everything from my old MacBook on it. And I'm like, I don't need this. I need a factory reset. So I currently have someone looking at it to give to her. But what I think I might just end up doing is I think I might just end up buying her a completely new MacBook for Black Friday. And just like, I know I said I'd give you this old MacBook, but Merry Christmas. Which she's gonna know, because that's another thing about Christmas is I am horrible at keeping secrets. Okay, well, not secrets, but I hate surprises, so I hate keeping surprises from people. I hate that. I don't like that. Don't ask me why. I've always been that way. I've always snooped in my Christmas presents every year as a kid. I hate surprises. So, like, everyone that is getting Christmas from me automatically knows what they're getting. Like both of my parents know what they're getting. Sorry, but, like, I just can't. I don't like it. And, like, my sister, she's like, quit telling me what you're getting me. I'm like, I don't know. I'm going to keep telling you. Because last year, I got her a couple records and a record player. That was also a Bluetooth speaker. And I told her, I was like, here you go, I got you this. She was like, why did you tell me? I was like, because I don't like you not knowing. So, whoop, there's that. So, And, like, that's my thing. Is like, I try to badger everyone into telling me what they're getting me. Which I love when people tell me what they're getting me. Because, like, I don't have to figure it out. But, like, my mom has this thing where she'll put, like, the presents under the tree. And I have this thing where I like to shake them and, like, try to figure out what it is based on the weight and, like, how it sounds when you shake it. So, like, I know I shouldn't as, like, a 21-year-old, almost 22-year-old. But, like, I'm impatient. What can I say? Speaking of almost being 22, my birthday is in 3 months. Can we just talk about that? I will be 22 years old in 3 months. That is insane to me. Like, that is so crazy to think to me because, like, I've gone 21 years so far. Barely. I'm about to go a whole nother year. Barely hanging on. So it's just kind of like, I'm just, like, in shock at how I got this far so quickly. Like, it seems like yesterday I was only, like, 15, 14. And, like, now I'm almost 22. What? Like, I'm sorry. That's insane to me. crazy to me. And don't even get me started on my sister, because she'll be 15, and that's even more crazy to think about me, because every time I look at her, I see a little kid that about this little. And every time I look at her, she basically is a grown woman. So it's like, what? Time is just a weird thing. Time is a weird thing that confuses and scares me, and I don't like it. Because here's why I'm convinced time isn't real, okay? That was going back in time. Picture it, Sicily, 1912. It's Thanksgiving of last year, okay? We're already at Thanksgiving of 2021. What? How? How are we at Thanksgiving of 2021? How are we almost at the end of 2021? It's just like the pandemic just never existed. Because, like, it's just, we lived through it and we're done. Like, it's just like one big blink and we were done. I'm convinced time isn't real and we're just living on our own, like, time. Don't ask me how that makes sense. That makes sense to me, okay? But, like, time is so crazy because it's like, you could be in one specific time period this time, and then, like, in the blink of an eye, you're in a totally different time period, and it's just like, not a time period, but, like, you know what I mean, like 2020, 2021, so on and so forth. You get the gist. I hope I'm making sense, because I'm making sense to myself. But, like, that's just the thing, that time is just like, whoa. And, like, it's just crazy thing I'll be 22. But I think that concludes the very first episode of Good Morning, Chaotic Morning. And again, I hope you have a good morning and a chaotic morning. Cheers.